Hello. Hello. I'm Suzy Jacobs, and thank you so much for joining me in the Dilemma Den. We're going to be talking about confidence and what to do when your confidence goes walkabout. And we've all been there. I know I have. It is great to have your company. And hello to everyone who's going to be joining us later for the replay. So I don't know about you, but I've never watched that much TV. But since COVID, I have become an absolute couch potato. I'm like, thank you, Channel 7, for Farmer Wants a Wife, just for starters. And then the Olympics. I mean, how cool was that? And now The Voice, which is where I heard Keith Urban talk about confidence. I don't know if you caught it. It was earlier in the week, and he talked about his own loss of confidence at the beginning of COVID and how he just got the yips and he too couldn't move from the couch. So I just want to say thanks to Keith Urban, because you've just let Sally know that she's in great company. Okay, so a quick reminder of what's happening in Sally's world, because she wrote to me now a couple of weeks back, and this is what she had to say. She said, "Hi, Suzy. My confidence is shattered. For 20 years, I've loved what I do, organising luxury holidays for couples and families. Business has been shredded by COVID, and who knows when, if ever, I'll get back to doing what I love. I know I need to get on with my life, including finding a career, but I never expected to be in this position and have no idea what to do. My partner is supportive and offers up ideas about all the things I could do. Don't we just love that? But I can barely summon the energy to get out of bed. Help." So can I just say one thing? Obviously, Sally is not her real name. I changed the names to protect privacy, but I just want to thank all the people who also got in contact with me, little concerned that I might have been compromising people's confidentiality, which anyone who knows me knows that is just never going to be a thing. So just to confirm, I change people's names. Okay, so let's do this. I always say to my clients, knowing is the booby prize in life. Knowing doesn't get you diddly squat. So when we're in episodes of the Dilemma Den, I want you to have pen and paper. I want you to be in the zone where you're in the learning zone. You're ready to learn, practice, apply, test, measure, learn, apply, practice, test, measure. Okay? So the way this works is at the beginning of every episode, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Challenge what you think you already know about the topic that we're going to be talking about. Okay, so challenge what you've been taught. Allow this 10, 15 minutes, allow yourself to think differently. And ask yourself, if I apply this way of thinking, will I enjoy my life more? And will it take me closer to my goals? If the answer is yes, you're onto something. And if it's no, well, then you can go back to life the way you were doing it before. Right? It's that easy. So you give it a go. If it works and it's taking you closer to your goals, freaking awesome. Keep doing it. And if it's not, ignore it. Keep doing what you're doing. So give me a thumbs up, nod your head, let me know you're on the same page. Now, Sally, for you, my friend, for the next 10 minutes, I want you to put aside all your ideas about your problem being around confidence and what you should be doing about it. Take a deep breath right now. I'm going to do it with you. Relax your shoulders. Maybe relax your eyelids or lower them. And open your shoulders, open your heart, open your mind to learning. And imagine this. You are witness to a once-in-100-year event. It sweeps across the planet with the fury of a frickin' tornado, causing death, destruction, creating havoc with you, with industry and global markets. And Sally, your business is in the eye of that tornado. You watch your business and the industry you love flattened, squashed. Your life has changed. And not because you wanted it to. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I don't know about you. I call that loss. Not loss of confidence, just loss. But we don't talk about loss. So we just wait it out. And when enough time has passed, and you're being a bit mopey around the house, someone, maybe a friend, maybe a partner, decides, enough is enough, Sally. And they start saying things like, now, things could be worse. Kids are starving in Africa. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's time to get up and get going. Put your big girl pants on, Sal. You might even be getting this vibe, as I said, from your partner. Loss is loss. It's not loss of confidence, right? Loss is the thing that is keeping you stuck. And let me just say, it's keeping you stuck and a whole millions of other people stuck. But Sally, we're talking about you, right? So it's keeping you stuck. And because you have never been taught about loss or how to process it, how to recover from it, the loss actually gets stuck in you. And after enough time, then it becomes a loss of confidence. And confidence becomes a problem. But at the moment, Sal, let's just look at loss. Right? So remember what I said earlier. Knowing is the booby prize. Yeah? So I'm going to give you a process. And you're going to hear about it here. And then you need to go and try it out. You need to apply it, to practice it. So give me a thumbs up. Give me a nod. Right? Even if it's you just nodding your head. The knowing is just the starting point. You apply it, then you practice it. Write this down. AFL. AFL. It stands for acknowledge, feel, and then let go. So I'm going to take you through the AFL process. So it starts with acknowledgement. And if you haven't practiced acknowledgement, Sally, man, there is so much just extraordinary stuff waiting for you just from this one part of the process, right? Acknowledgement is it's like, I don't know, a great coffee. It is like beautiful moisturizer. It is like this soothing balm. It's a great cocktail. It is just this. It's the elixir of life is acknowledgement, right? Acknowledgement is a statement of what is so. Fact checked. So acknowledgement is a statement of what's so, and it's fact checked. So you could say something like this: my business is untenable. So you had your business in luxury travel industry. It was profitable. You had clients. You were paying your bills, and now that business is no longer tenable, right? Or you could say something like, my business has zero revenue. What you don't want to be saying in a process of acknowledgement is, I lost my business. I have nothing. Because that's actually not true. A business is just a legal structure, right? So your business actually still does exist. And so saying things that aren't true doesn't actually help the process, and certainly doesn't help you deal with loss and move back into confidence. So acknowledgement is a statement of what is so, and you want to take all the drama, all the additional story and narrative from this statement and just state what is true. So it is true, perhaps, that your business is untenable, or my business has zero revenue. Because we want to acknowledge what is true. And for anyone, for everyone else listening, whatever is happening in your life where you're thinking about loss or confidence, statement of fact is a really important part of the process. Next, you ask yourself this one question. Having made the acknowledgement, what does that feel like? This is the F, acknowledgement. F is for feeling. What does this feel like? So a feeling could be something like sad, furious, heartbroken, weary. Feelings do not sound like this. I can't believe this ever happened to me. Or I know I should just get on with it. I just can't get past this. None of those are feelings. Neither are words like good, bad, right? A feeling is something that you feel. And if you can't identify the feeling, I want you to know this. You've just identified what is keeping you stuck. So if you can't identify a feeling, or you don't know what to feel, or you feel like you shouldn't feel that way, you have just identified the very thing that's keeping you stuck. And if that's the case, you and I need to talk. Email my assistant Maria and she'll make sure that we connect. I'll put her details in the comments below. Feelings are crucial to life, but particularly this process, the AFL process, acknowledgement, feel. So note down your feelings. If you can't find them, your job is to email Maria. You're going to get her email address in the comments below afterwards. Now, very few people know this, but a feeling is actually a chemical reaction that only lasts 90 seconds. So as you're feeling those feelings I've just been talking about, if you've been able to feel them, count down 90 seconds, and you should be able to feel that feeling leave your body. Yeah. Now, you haven't been taught about feelings, like you haven't been taught about loss or acknowledgement for that matter. Right. So, a feeling is a chemical reaction. It lasts for 90 seconds. That is a fact. So, you should be able to feel that feeling, let it course through your body, and it will release out the other side. That's the letting go part. Right? You feel it, then you let it go. Now, when you're new to this, you might need to repeat step 2 and 3 20, 30, 40 times. That's the practice part. Remember, knowing is the booby prize. You try it out, you play with it, you practice it. Anything you want to get good at something, you practice it over and over again. Right? So 10, 20, 50 times. Let it go. Right? You feel the feeling, then feel it for 90 seconds, and then watch it and feel it leave your body. Right? So you stay in that process, AFL, till you can let it go for good. Now, I want to just quickly say a couple of things about loss and about confidence. You keep doing that AFL process until you can release the feeling of loss. Then let's just quickly move on to confidence. These are facts for you just to hold on to while you're going through that process, because I'll always give you short-term strategies and longer-term learning. Here are some short-term strategies for holding yourself in a safe space while you go through the AFL process. Just because somebody looks confident, it doesn't mean they are confident. Tick. We can be confident in one area of life and a complete mess in another. Right? So confidence, we can feel confident in one area of life and a complete mess in another. And just because we're normally confident, it doesn't mean we're always confident. Right? The most important thing for you to know about confidence is it isn't a thing. It's not a handbag. Confidence is a process and it's a practice. So your long-term learning is the AFL process. Acknowledge, feel, let go. Your short-term strategies are to remind yourself that just because someone looks confident, it doesn't mean they are. that you can be confident in one area and a complete mess in another. And just because you're normally confident, it doesn't mean you're always confident, and it doesn't mean you won't be confident again. It's a process. Confidence isn't a thing. It is not a handbag. It is a process and a practice. I'm going to finish off with one timely reminder about loss. COVID has created loss in the most unexpected places. I haven't met anyone who hasn't been touched and hasn't lost something, including myself, over the past couple of years while we've all been dealing with COVID. When we experience loss, the process of AFL, acknowledgement, feeling, letting go, is also seen as mourning. And in the Chinese mourn for 49 days when somebody dies, which is a form of loss. And in Islam, it's for 40 days. And Judaism, it's 7 days. Give yourself time to mourn. Give yourself time to process loss. Plastic bags may be disposable, but you are not, and neither are your feelings. Life is not an outcome. Life is a process. And the more you learn, apply, practice, test, measure, learn, apply, practice, test, measure, the more masterful you become at it. So that's all we have time for. Remember, knowing is the booby prize. Apply, practice. When you do that, that's when life becomes really exciting. If you want to chat with me, you let Maria know and she'll organise a time for us to make that happen. You want to work with me, you got to find out what that looks like, which means also letting Maria know and she can organise us for a time for us to chat. This has been the Dilemma Den. It is 15 minutes where we get to look at the world through fresh eyes as a way of resolving and solving our pesky and persistent problems for good. So I want to thank you for joining me in the Dilemma Den for this episode of What Happened to My Confidence. And I hope I've given you some tools that you can now go out there, practice, experiment, implement. Talk to me, tell me about, and I look forward to seeing you this time next week in the Dilemma Den. Bye for now.